Duro. Good morning, Smitty. Good morning. Sorry it took a minute more than I thought to get going live here. So yeah, let's find us a place to park here and wait for some people to jump in and let's get down to business. There is a lot to talk about, and this isn't going to be too long of a live stream. I've actually got some things I got to do today, or that I'm gonna do with the family anyway. And but it's been about a week. I'm a little behind schedule, so there we go. Found us a nice place to park here. Got some coffee as usual, straight back tar water for me, no cream, no sugar. Um, all right, so I guess we're just gonna get down to meat and potatoes here in a minute. Give it another minute or so for people to jump in. Um, It is an awesome Saturday. Spicy's in. Good morning, Spicy. I saw Smitty a few minutes ago. Millsup Duo is here as well. I meant to text you back, by the way, buddy. It's been kind of crazy this week. So give it another minute or two for some more people to jump in here. Hey, what's up, Smitty? There he is. Dude, Smitty, guys, if you haven't followed him, you need to go follow him here on YouTube as well as Instagram. This dude's got some awesome hiking stuff going on. Smitty, go back to bed. So, wait, it's noon. Come on, go back to bed at noon. My day starts at 4 a.m. every morning. Well, not every morning, but sometimes. Um, but yeah, this morning I slept in. It's been a long couple of weeks. I appreciate it, buddy. Bed, kids, tuna, kids. You can have the tuna, man. I'm not touching tuna. I don't care how bad it gets. I hate tuna. Um, Spicy tuna rolls. Yeah, you can have the tuna too. I'm gonna go ahead and just get into it. If anyone jumps in here later, maybe they can. If they haven't caught up on something, maybe they can catch up on the rerun or picking up some new toys today. I don't even know what you're wanting to. No, you make me jealous, man. You make me drool every time you send me photos. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this, and if someone else jumps in, maybe they can go back and rewatch this later, because I don't want to make this stream too long today. I do want to chat for a few minutes, and I got some things I want to talk about. So first things is first, and I want to go ahead and get this out the way, because it is important. Earlier this morning on the community tab here on the page of the channel, you saw me put up a post about the American Battlefield Trust concerning Manassas, Virginia, and that is uh, that is something that is ongoing right now, as you can see from the American Battlefield Trust. They're wanting to put in something. I think it's like the world's largest data center that's going to encompass a pretty big part of the Manassas battlefield. And the American Battlefield Trust is trying to make it, trying to raise the funds, and things of that nature to save that land at Manassas. Now, for those of you who have no idea what Manassas, Virginia is and what the Battle of the Manassas concerns, it is there were two Civil War battles fought in Manassas, one of them being probably the largest Civil War battle, or the first largest Civil War battle of the conflict. And then there was a second battle of Manassas. But that whole area of Manassas, Virginia, and Virginia itself saw action during the American Civil War on and off. There are so many places there. We're going to kind of get to that in a moment again. So this is kind of coordinating in with what I want to talk to you about this morning, because this makes a full circle. The next thing on the list is how you can help. And that is go like the American Battlefield Trust, go subscribe to the American Battlefield Trust, become a member of the American Battlefield Trust. And it is definitely worth your time, effort, and money to do so. And not everyone can afford to do that. So, I mean, I know, firsthand. So what you can do is share the videos with your friends. Talking about a 1909 here. Yeah. We'll get to that in a minute. I want to get off subject here again. But we we really need your help. They need your help. The history community as a whole needs your help in helping preserve that battlefield and keep a data center from going in. I mean, yeah, the world has to evolve and structure itself, but not at the cost of important places like that. So it's important for us to save those places, and you can help by sharing the videos. The American Battlefield Trust at battlefields.org has some awesome, awesome stuff you can go buy there in their store. I did this morning. I've been waiting, I think, a year for them to get a jacket I wanted back in stock. I went and bought the jacket this morning, and all of those funds go back to helping them also, strive to do what they need to do. So if you can't become a member, that's a good way to do that. It's 20 million square feet. Yeah, it is huge. It is called the world's biggest data center, and it is going to encompass parts of the one of the most important battlefields in American history. And it's important, we kind of step in and solve that. I mean, there's other places they could build this thing. It doesn't have to be on the battlefield. Yeah, it's huge. Spicy, it is huge. So yeah, it is important that you guys step in and um, then help. And yeah, Readout Productions is very correct. He just made the comment that not only would it destroy the battlefield, it would also destroy the scenic area of the battlefield. It would destroy its skyline. And that's another thing. It takes away from that immersion, that preservation of history. When you go to battlefields, one of the things that people learn from, and I even learn from the most, I'm going to be honest with you, the most I learn from a battlefield is by looking at the terrain and the scenic views, because it gives you a very, very crucial part of information in learning about that battle. And it destroys the terrain, it destroys the the I'm just reading comments here as well, but it destroys everything encompassing that battlefield, basically. And yeah, the MPS could possibly step in and do something, but we have the issue of allocation of funds. Well, that's a big issue. That's where the American Battlefield Trust comes in. That's where their role becomes crucial, because where other organizations can't get the funding to do so, and they can't really ask for donations sometimes, they can. And they will step in and they will preserve that battlefield, not for just today or tomorrow, but forever. And any battlefield you go to, or any historical location you go to, where the American Battlefield Trust has stepped in and helped preserve it, they always put a sign up, preserved forever, because it is preserved forever. And that is the organization that I would choose to financially back, is them. So yeah, they desperately need your help. The American Battlefield Trust needs your help. I am not affiliated here on the channel with American Battlefield Trust. I do want to make that clear. They do not sponsor my channel. They do not, um, do anything for me other than what do they not do? They're the whole reason why I do what I do here. They just do not sponsor the channel. So I choose to sponsor them. And that is the reason why, I push the American Battlefield Trust so much, because I believe in what they're doing. What they're doing is important work, and it could not be more prevalent than the situation at hand. There's a fight at hand. You guys are needed to volunteer your services. That could be, not just becoming a member. You don't have to become a member. I know some people can't afford that, but go to their store, battlefields.org, buy some books. They've got some of the best books in the world there. And then, you've got, man, so many ways. They got videos. They've got, stuff that you can actually go and watch and help you when you visit these battlefields. There's apps. I use their apps religiously. Go to your app store, Android, iPhone, whatever it may be. Look in your app store. They've got battlefield apps for different battlefields. They're steadily putting up more that helps you tour the battlefields as you go. So there are so many ways you can support these guys and help them in their mission of what they're doing. So I'm going to quit beating the dead horse here. You've heard my say on it. You've heard what you can do to help out. Please, if you want to help out, just if nothing else, share the videos with your friends, get the word out, and let's help preserve a vital piece of American history. And speaking of Manassas, I'm headed there. I am headed to that area anyway. I'm headed to Washington, D.C. next on a tour. I am leaving next weekend. So, not this weekend. I'm taking this weekend off a little bit, kind of resetting, doing some editing. You guys have a new video coming out later on today, by the way, from Chickamauga. But I took a week to reset. Now, last week on the first leg of the History Across America tour, we hit Tennessee, we hit parts of Georgia, we hit Illinois, we hit Missouri, we hit Kansas, we hit Oklahoma. There's a lot coming up from that first leg of a journey that was only 6 days long. I was only on the road for 6 days, and I got a lot of content. You're going to see Franklin. You're going to see Chickamauga. You're going to see Wilson's Creek. You're going to see Fort Gordon. You're going to see Fort Smith. You're going to see the Trail of Blood on Ice campaign from the American Civil War. One of the main things I wanted to knock out the way here on this tour. We went to Honey Springs Battlefield, which is a battlefield you probably have not heard of. Very cool place, very cool museum. You're going to see all of that coming up starting today with Chickamauga. Chickamauga, the first video of this will be dropping today on the channel. In this episode, we're going to be examining the visitor center. What you see when you first come into the battlefield, or what you should see anyway. You should go there. Always go to the visitor center first and explore the museum. Get familiar with the history. You can pick up your brochures from the National Park Service there that contain the road maps of the places you want to go. Smitty, if you ever visit the U.S., this is a big hint for you. I don't know if you're familiar with the National Park Service. Go to their visitor center. You can pick up a map, helps you explore the battlefield, gives you tours, and all the information you need is right there when you walk out the doors of that visitor center onto the battlefield to explore it for yourself. You know exactly where you're going and what happened there. It is so neat to be able to do that. Thanks to Dustin, we went to Wilson's Creek. Dustin, if it wasn't for Dustin, I probably would have never went to Wilson's Creek, honestly. And I'm going to tell you what, Wilson's Creek, the episode you're going to be seeing from Wilson's Creek, I only had about 45 minutes at Wilson's Creek, but I saw the entire battlefield. I drove around, stopped at the stops, filmed a quick video at every spot, and Wilson's Creek is amazing. I loved Wilson's Creek. You definitely need to check out Wilson's Creek. Actually getting a message from YouTube here. So you'll be seeing Chickamauga probably within the next hour here on YouTube. Awesome. So that first episode within the next hour or two will be uploaded. Speaking of this History Across America tour. And that's really going to be where we're going to kick off. We kicked off, they got one of the best visitor centers. They have the biggest gun collection. Redot Productions said, they have a good one of the best visitor centers and an outstanding gun collection. You're going to see that on this episode that's dropping today. That gun collection that's in the Chickamauga Visitor Center, guys, I'm going to tell you what, it is called the Fuller Gun Collection, if I'm not mistaken. I have never in my life seen so many rifles in one room. It was absolutely jaw-dropping amazing, and you can kind of tell because the camera work gets kind of sucky on this episode. I was using a new camera, trying it out for the first time when I went to Chickamauga, and it was not the best filming I've ever did, but it wasn't horrible. Feel free to leave the negative comments about that on this episode, by the way. I promise it gets better as this progresses. But the gun collection in the visitor center at Chickamauga is just wow. That's the only word for it. You will see it in this episode dropping today. It is just wow. And then we leave Chickamauga. We head to, I'm going to be honest. I filmed Chickamauga a couple of months back. You guys may remember that. I've just been so behind that the episodes haven't dropped yet. I had some issues with the footage. Thought I lost the footage. All the footage from Chickamauga. Ended up getting it back. So I am making it part of the History Across America tour. Because it just kind of goes hand in hand with it. So you're going to see Chickamauga today. You saw some Trail of Tears episode last week. I wanted to get you guys out an episode that was quick episode that I did, and it was not going to be a whole lot of work to get the editing done because I have been so pressured for time. You can't drive, edit, and go out and film all at the same time. So this past week, I've taken a break. I'm home, and I will be home throughout next week. I leave next weekend, and we'll talk about that in a moment, what you're going to be seeing there. But you know, I'm editing, pushing out some of these episodes for you guys, and Chickamauga will kick it off today. Trail of Tears kicked it off this past week. Chickamauga's really going to kick it off. After Chickamauga, we'll be going to Franklin. After Franklin, we're going to be going to St. Louis, Missouri to Wilson's Creek to Oklahoma, and you're going to see Fort Smith, Arkansas. It's going to be an absolute ride. Redoubt Productions having a bounce. Looking forward to Franklin historical reclamation at its finest, or what I've heard. You're going to see that when those episodes air with the Battle of Spring Hill. And yeah, that's if you want to see the American Battlefield Trust work, you're going to see that coming up very soon. So there's a lot coming up here on the channel, guys, and that brings us to this week's adventure. This week's next leg of the History Across America tour, that is going to be just, man, I don't know where to begin, to be honest with you. So we are headed to Washington, D.C. We're going to explore Washington, D.C. during the American Civil War. We're going to explore, of course, some history about Abraham Lincoln. We're going to explore a lot of Civil War battlefield. We're going to hopefully explore Manassas. We're going to hopefully explore Chancellorsville, Fredericksburg. Then we're going to get Jamestown with some American, colonial period history stuff. Williamsburg, Mount Vernon. So you're going to see some Revolutionary War history, colonial history, Civil War history. You're going to see a little bit of everything balled into one ball. And that area, when you step in Virginia, Washington, D.C., District of Columbia area, you become kind of overwhelmed with the amount of history that's there. There are so many sites. You've got Chancellorsville, Brandy Station, Fredericksburg, Appomattox is nearby, Richmond is nearby. You got Fairfax, you've got Manassas, you've got Antietam, you've got I don't know, the list goes on and on and on. And you will be seeing that as we step on this next leg of our journey across the History Across America tour, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. And I'm excited to bring you guys in. Now, someone did ask me the question, what do I read to prepare for when I go to these places? I'm going so quick, so fast. I've only got a day here, a day there, a couple of hours here, a couple of hours there. How do I keep all this information in my head? Well, to be honest, I can't tell you that because I don't know myself. But what I do is I read, and these are my go-to books, my religious books that I research and that help me prepare for these journeys to these battlefields. And that is the series from Emerging Civil War. I, in the past week, have bought, I think, 8 of these. 8 of these. I bought 3 just when we were out on this first leg of this journey on the road. The Battle of Shiloh. I'm reading this right now, and I'm reading all these at the same time, basically. The Death of Stonewall Jackson, helping me prepare for Chancellorsville. Emerging Civil War, one of the best books you could read. Battle of Brandy Station, preparing for this next week. Petersburg, preparing for this next week. Aftermath of the battle, kind of giving you an aftermath of what the battles was like. Now, I do want to show you why I like these so much. Not only is this the complete history of the engagements, in a nutshell, it breaks it down so you can understand it and you get the most information as possible at first-hand accounts, and you can understand it and retain it because it's not this huge book. I mean, look how thick this thing is. It's not very thick. It's a quick read, but you are able to brush up on everything, and it brushes me up on my information, gets it fresh on my head so I know kind of what I'm doing. I still make mistakes like anybody, but these are awesome. But they're not only informative guides. My truck is like a portable history book library. Yes, it is. Honestly, this is normal for me. I stop somewhere like this for a little while. I'll pull out a book and read for a little bit. I get my best reading done in here. But what's great about these is I want to kind of open this up and show you. what I like about it. And it is, let's see, maybe the Shiloh book's a better example. Just stick around with me. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. If you'll notice right here, it says tour stop number 5. These books are a guide to the battlefield as well. So as you're exploring the battlefield, well, there's a map in here that kind of shows you where you're going, what you're seeing. And as you explore the battlefield, here we go, there's the map. Everything is numbered. You can correspond that to the chapters in the book here. That is your tour stops. This is also your tour guide to the battlefield. This is your tour guide to the battlefield. How cool is that? So if I'm somewhere on the battlefield, I'm fixing a film, and I was like, wow, man, I really need to brush up on what happened in this spot because I just can't quite remember, and I want to get it straight. Well, I can turn in this book, find it, read the chapter really quick, and there you go. I'm ready to go. I did this for Chickamauga, and I still got some stuff at Chickamauga wrong. You will probably see that. More or less positioning stuff. Chickamauga is a confusing battle, a really confusing battle. But if it wasn't for that book, I wouldn't have even known where to start. I actually bought the book version when I got to Chickamauga from the author himself, but I had the book version on my phone that I read before going. So yeah, you can get them on your phone as well, but that's just a little hint. Emergent Civil War series, just on Amazon, type in Emergent Civil War. You'll pop up their books. There are so many in the series. I'm trying to collect the entire series. I want the entire series from everywhere. So I think I'm up to like 16 of them now. Somewhere in that ballpark, 16. And I've got 4 more on the way right now that will be coming in this week. And I'm reading them literally the night before I step on the battlefields next week. So, at least the information is fresh on my mind. But, I don't know how to retain all the information. And like I said, I get it wrong. I'm human. I get stuff wrong. We all make mistakes. So, but that's how I do gain a lot of my information is through the American Battlefield Trust, Emergent Civil War, their books and series. I use the American Battlefield Trust books. They have some great books at battlefields.org. They're your battle map books. They got the Western and the Eastern. And I highly recommend picking up those 2 books because I take that with me on the battlefield as well because that's my quick go-to map. I can see where everything was. So yeah, that's just a hint for you guys when you're visiting battlefields. So, yeah, there is a lot coming. St. Genevieve, Missouri is also coming up in the series. Now, what turned me on the St. Genevieve is it's a colonial town. It's kind of like Jamestown or Williamsburg. It's just not as known. But if you ever get a chance to go to St. Genevieve, Missouri, do it. Because that place was awesome. It's like a small, hole-in-the-wall town that's a colonial town. I mean, it's just absolutely cool. They even have pewter blacksmiths there, which, was really neat. I bought a couple of things there. I almost went broke. Honestly, like there is so much there. Cool tea shop. You go in, have a cup of tea. They've got a lot of colonial style teas there, which I really enjoyed. Colonial style bakeries. I mean, it's a really cool town. You just got to go visit. My favorite, 2 of my favorite channels here on YouTube, Early American and Frontier Patriot, are from that town. I didn't get to meet them, unfortunately, but they're the ones who kind of let me know about St. Genevieve. I love to visit St. Genevieve when I lived in Illinois. It was a great weekend getaway. So Millsap Duo knows exactly where I'm talking about. It's an awesome place. Some awesome colonial homes you can go tour. It was really neat. I enjoyed it. And those 2 YouTube channels, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, team there, they have some amazing videos here on YouTube. Early American, Frontier Patriot. Go subscribe to them. Fortunately, didn't meet them, but they are those who kind of let me know about St. Genevieve, and by watching their videos, and that's the reason why I went. Which I'm so glad I did. It was really an adventure. I also picked up this cool 1690 France coin there. Very cool coin. And I did pick up some more things I want to do some giveaways here on the channel for. I've been building a pretty big prize pack since Charleston. So, no, since Gettysburg. I take that back, since Gettysburg. So, we're going to be giving away a lot here on the channel, just some small things, but some really cool things. I think one of the giveaways is going to be the Hunley Lieutenant Dixon replica gold coin. So yeah, I mean, that's really neat. I bought one for myself. I bought one to give away here on the channel. So yeah, there's some cool stuff you guys can get. Some cases of bullets from different battlefields. I think we got one from Vicksburg. We're gonna give away, and then some postcards and miscellaneous things from Gettysburg, and I've got some decals and magnets and patches and stuff like that from different battlefields and places we've been here on the channel. And also, we're going to give away some History Saver t-shirts, some cups. So if you haven't already, we've kind of changed the logo up. I've done a little touch and go in that logo, and now I've got it exactly where I wanted it. And we've got the cross bayonets in the back. It looks awesome, man. I love my new logo here. So I'm hoping to pick up a ton of cool World War II items while over in Europe. And man, gee, man, I'm so jealous. Don't make me drool any more than what you already do. It's going to be so cool to see you go over there for D-Day, for the anniversary. That's going to be really neat. And I'm excited for you, man. Maybe one day I'll get there. Maybe one day. But yeah, we've got a ton of giveaways coming for you guys. We've got some t-shirts and things. If you want to buy a t-shirt, we do have a spring store that is here. We are connected to it. I've left the Gettysburg 160th anniversary shirts on there, and I will until this coming up anniversary. And then I may make a new Gettysburg anniversary shirt to put out for you guys. I've got some other shirts I'm going to be uploading on there, some brand new designs coming up. I don't think anyone's really bought any shirts off of there, but I haven't been pushing it. And I'm starting to push the merchandise. Spring, you've got it all connected to each video. You've got it connected to this live stream video when it uploads here, where you can go and click on the link and get some merchandise. And we'll be giving away some merchandise too in these giveaways. But yeah, I mean, so go get some shirts. That's a good way if you want to support the channel. That's a good way to do it. And share the channel with your friends. I mean, I want to grow. I do. I don't really care about subscribers. I've always said that, but it does help whenever people know about the channel, and it helps me push me to do more videos when people actually watch the videos. So yeah, I mean, I enjoy doing this, and I'm starting to get where I like doing it more and more and more. And yeah, so it would be cool to see the channel grow some. So that's one way you can support the channel. And yeah, that would support us in our travels, and we'll go to new places. After this trip to DC, Maryland, Virginia, we are headed to California. I am not as excited about California as I am about Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, because I'm just not a big fan of going out west. I do like some places out west, but I just had nightmares with travel arrangements every time I go out west. And we are headed to Los Angeles, and I hate big crowds of people. Yeah, probably not the smartest place for me to go, but I'm going, and we're going to film something. I really don't know what yet from California, but we're filming. I don't know. California is going to kind of be, we're going to find out what's there when we get there. Whether it be some LA traffic. Don't remind me, I'm getting a rental car spicy. Don't make me hyperventilate with my anxiety more than I already am. I do have anxiety issues in big crowds. I have anxiety problems. I'm not afraid to admit that. And I hate big crowds. So yeah, and LA traffic does not seem fun. I have driven all across the country, outside of the country, and LA is a place I'm looking forward to driving in the least. So LA is going to be horrible, I know, but hey, the sacrifices we make, guys, here, right? No, not for you guys, but for the channel's sake. I don't know. I hate big crowds too. Yeah, I hate big crowds. I was in Las Vegas the day of the shooting. We'll talk about that one day here on the channel. But yeah, so there's a lot of reasons why I hate big crowds. That is one of them, but that's not the only reason. I'm just I've got anxiety issues, so I've always had problems with big crowds, and that didn't help any. But maybe we'll talk about that experience of me being in Las Vegas the day of the shooting at the Jason Aldean concert. Yeah, it was pretty. No, it was pretty bad. Um, but anyway, we've got a lot coming up. A lot of places, a lot of Civil War battlefields, a lot of colonial places. Mount Vernon, George Washington's Mount Vernon is going to be on here, and I've got a lot of reading to do, obviously. And have I finished all of these books? There we go. Cut the truck back on. Have I finished all of these books? No. I will have these finished by the end of the week, though, and about four more. So, a lot of reading, a lot of editing, and trying to work out in all this. It takes up a lot of time. So that's the reason why I'm kind of falling a little bit behind, because I'm trying to prepare for the trips, trying to, do stuff I need to do at home, everyday stuff. And then, once you get done with all that, sometimes you just don't feel like opening up the computer and editing. So there have been days like that, honestly, where I was just like, man, I don't feel like editing today. I need a break. I need a breather. So yeah, I'm human just like everybody else, and you need that day of just breathing, because if I start rushing edits, well, the video turn out really well. So there you go. All right, guys. So I'm gonna jump off here. I've got some things to do today. I am actually headed to go do some stuff with the family today. I'm taking a breather today. You have a video coming up today on Chickamauga. We're kicking off Chickamauga. It's a series of videos from Chickamauga. This one will be from the visitor center. You will see this extensive gun collection. It's going to be awesome. Share the channel with your friends. Share the videos with your friends. Buy some t-shirts on Spring if you want some. And that goes right back here to the channel and helps support, going to these places. Thanks for another great sheep. Thank you, Spicy, for tuning in. Thanks to everyone else that was able to tune in. For all of you that are watching this later, sorry you missed it, but thank you for watching. And hopefully you catch us on the next one. I need to give more of advance on these. Sometimes I'm not able to do so. This morning I went and got some coffee. I was like, I need to do a live stream. So I did. Support information I wanted to give out to you guys. So go do that. Support the American Battlefield Trust. Buy some t-shirts. Share the channel. If you want to buy some t-shirts. And I've got more designs coming up. So the new logo will be on shirts here very soon. I'll give you a sneak peek into those on some of these videos. But yeah, guys. So we're gonna get off here. We're gonna go pick up the family. I'm gonna finish my coffee, and we're gonna take some R&R today before we get back to the grindstone this week. Chickamauga airs today. It'll be here on the channel shortly, in the next hour or two. So be on the lookout for that, and I'll give you an alert when it comes out. Hit the bell notification. That's another good way to get alerted if YouTube does it. Jennifer Milano, good morning. Sorry you're jumping in late on the live stream. Good morning, wherever you are in the country. And yeah, it's been a ride this week. So we've got a lot to do, a lot coming up. Washington, D.C., and about 5 or 6 Civil War battlefields and colonial places, and no telling what else coming up from D.C., Virginia, and Maryland. So it's going to be an absolute ride. A blast next weekend as we set forth in Washington, D.C. And today you get Chickamauga kicking off the History Across America tour. And that will be airing within the next couple of hours. And thank you guys so much. We will catch you on the next live stream. I'm going to get the family. I'm going to have a shopping day with them, I guess. And yeah, maybe buy some more books like I need them. I need more books like I need a hole in my head. But yeah, can't wait to see the vlogs. Yeah, there's a lot coming up, Jennifer. There's a lot coming up. A lot coming up. It's going to be a blast. So yeah, guys, if you're checking out, if you missed any of the information, you can go back and watch it a little bit later on the rerun of this live stream. Go back and catch it. I'm gonna get off here. I'm going to go finish my coffee, and I've got a lot to do. I'm gonna go shopping, come back home, and obviously I'm gonna be doing a lot of reading, preparing for this next week. And yeah, that's the plan. and some editing for you guys this week as well. So we'll see you soon. And until then, keep preserving history. Stay safe. Thank you all so much for the support on the channel. Go pick you up a t-shirt, subscribe, share the channel with your friends. That's how you can support us. So let's go forth into the world and preserve history. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.